Type the words Rick Edwards into your favourite search engine and hundreds of results will instantly appear. Shootings, murders, stabbings, brutal assaults. They've all been witnessed by American police spokesman Lieutenant Rick Edwards. However, if you refine your search to tall, lantern-faced T4 presenter called Rick Edwards, born May 1979, you'll get a handful of articles. If you've turned your safe search options off, what are you doing? I'm on television, idiot. Clicking on his Internet Movie Database page, a single entry appears. Height, 8'3". However, we know there's more to Rick than just his excessive stature, as we found out when we spoke to the man who's known him the longest, his father, to discuss Edwards the younger.
As a child, Richard, or as I think you know him, Rick, was a bit of a problem. He kept on pulling wings off moths and boiling frogs and dressing in black and only talking to us through growling. So we thought we had a bit of a problem, thought he might be a bit of a serial killer. But fortunately, he did, go the other way and became a TV presenter.
Serial killing's loss was TV presenting's gain as he burst onto the scene in 2007.
The first two things I noticed about Rick were, he loves to brag about himself, and he was bragging that he has no sense of smell, which is odd. And then secondly, obviously, glaringly obvious, he has no fashion sense. It's really poor. He's gigantic though, so I imagine when you have to shop at High and Mighty, maybe the choices are limited.
When I watched him, I always thought he had great appeal. I thought, this guy's going to be huge. He could be as big as Anthony Crank.
Many people in the industry refer to Rick affectionately as an older Reggie Yates. Such was his instinctive grasp of youth culture and vernacular.
Cool. Nang. N-A-N-G?
Yeah, guys.
Rick was a great deal older than me when we first started, and obviously still is. And it was, it's just quite difficult when someone is so much older and doesn't really get certain things. You sort of feel like, whoa, can we do this? And it was a constant battle.
But with great age comes a cool head and a steady pair of hands.
Hey, welcome back to T4 Saturday. Ugly Betty's coming up. No. Crossall Row or Skidley Rot?
What is the point of this question?
Apparently I yawned during your answer. Go on, get on with your thing.
I think it's fair to say that he wasn't always, the most supportive of co-presenters. Usually, any opportunity to take a dig at me, sorry.
When I think of the name Rick Edwards, I just think arrogance.
Rick once called us not the sharpest tools in the box.
There's always a sense of he wants to be better than the person he's interviewing.
I remember the very first time I thought, this guy a bit cheeky, rude, I couldn't work him out.
He did say that Molly was like the poor man's Sienna Miller, he can be a bit creepy and a bit rude.
But whilst most would agree that Rick had an easy rapport with his guests, some would disagree and criticise him for having an overly hands-on approach. Suck it!
He's had moments with each of us, hasn't he?
Touchy-feely, like.
Yeah, it's a bit touchy-feely.
Such big hands, like they're kind of easily just to go, whoop.
Yeah, that was a shame, the allegations of the sexual aggression with the Saturdays, and of course there was the dry cleaning bill afterwards for some of their dresses. And that's not a stain that's going to go away from his name.
I always remember, I think it was the first time that we ever met him, and he was acting really weird. I really think he must have fancied Sarah. He kept touching her and moving closer to her on the couch, and then he asked for her number.
I was walking down past the set and I felt a little pinch of the bottom. I thought it was you and all, but now I'm starting to think he was behind us the whole time.
That's one of our little bromance tricks. We slap each other and else come, well, good luck. He must have been double-handed.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Rick down the cells. He was a known transvestite. He used to sort of tuck himself in and pretend he was Jamili Jamil. I mean, it was a laugh, but the signs were there.
We was in Sugar Hut. We was just standing there having a drink at the bar. It's like 6'5" person walked past me, and I thought it was a lady at first, and I looked again, bit of stubble. It was Rick.
It's almost impossible to sum up a man like Rick's career in just one word.
Rude.
Tall.
Boring.
Underwhelming.
Trouble. Insane.
Flavour savoury.
Lanky. Venereal.
He's sort of like quite bland, nondescript, big sort of lunk, like a plank of wood with
clothes and hair.
As I said, almost impossible. Farewell, Rick. After 4 years in the spotlight, you may now leave the stage and take your bow, knowing that you've changed the presenting landscape forever.
Okay, good luck, Rick. Or me?
No.
Rick Edwards, yeah. Has he gone yet?
Probably went out.